Good morning, traders. I hope you're well. Monday morning, cable, done my money already this morning. Posted it in the Discord, and this is just a quick follow-up video with a recap on how I was looking at the charts this morning when I got up. So let's dive straight in. This is a 30-minute candlestick chart, by the way, in case I forget to tell you about this in a minute. So I noticed we'd opened here in Asia. We auctioned up and created equal highs and rejected from there, came back up, rejected again, right? This is in Asia. So I had noticed when I got up this morning, rejection there and a massive selling tail here. So this selling tail is this TPO here. So I thought, looks to me like with a selling tail that big, something happened in Asia. A responsive seller, a big time investor stepped in and moved the market lower, looking at that selling tail. So having seen that straight away, I thought if we do get back up towards this area again, having seen that we rejected once from up here, rejected twice from up here, see what happens again in Frankfurt if we open around about this area, which we can also see here. What you're seeing there, that is a responsive selling tail excess, right? So when we see excess like that, we can start to think that institutional investors were adding positions in this area and moving the market. So when we come back up to this area, we can look to finding and stacking confluences, because we can assume, no, we should never assume, we could think that these investors might be looking to add to their positions, defend their positions, and move the market lower again, unless they've already entered their positions and have exited their positions already, in which case this would become invalidated. But having seen it happen in Asia, I thought Frankfurt Open, we might see at least one opportunity to get back short again. So that's what I was thinking, having seen that excess created in Asia. So with that being said, I could also see, I hope you're still following me, that we got a bell curve here. So an even distribution. So what do we know about if it's a sort of a bell curve? Usually we have a flat VWAP. We've got the flat VWAP, and look, you can see the extremes, -2 standard deviations, +2 standard deviations, have been respected. Now, I think it was Frankfurt Open was somewhere around here. We came up to this -2 standard deviation. So this was like, I might try and get a short in here, because this area here is obviously in alignment with that responsive selling tail. So I thought that could give me a clue that I might have a shorting opportunity. Now, where could I find extra confluence for a reason to take a trade? That's going to be the custom morning chart, isn't it? So, custom morning, let's just delete some of this stuff. Let's make this bigger. Hold on, let me just do some housework and tidy up all these lines and stuff. All right. So we opened Frankfurt at this point of control. So obviously I haven't got a predetermined direction as yet, because we opened at POC. I have highlighted that we've got a value area high here, which I was aware of, but it's only a few pips away. So if I saw rejections from this value area or this POC lower down, coming down, I would have possibly looked for a shorting opportunity from there. However, as you can see, we didn't get any sign of a rejection. Instead, we got a little single print form as we burst above this value area. So I had to look for another logical area for resistance, and that was this volume node here. And we got right here is the volume POC. So I thought, okay, there's a clump of volume around this area. See what happens if we start rejecting from this area. That could be a shorting opportunity. Obviously, we can see higher up, although this is another 30 pips higher, 35 pips higher. It's a point of control. And I thought we'd already auctioned up in coming into Frankfurt Open, at Frankfurt Open, into this volume cluster. So I thought we might see a higher chance of a potential rejection from this area here. Also, having looked at what I previously said about those excess selling tails on the other charts. So when I saw it starting to reject there was when I decided I'd actually get short. And then, as you can see, this high here, again, we've got responsive tail here. This was obviously going to be my take profit area, this high, as that's my first point of real support. And that also was in alignment with, and as you can see, we auctioned down towards it, just shy of it. But that was so that area there was in alignment with around this just below this VWAP, which would have been where I was taking profits. As that's obviously, if you're fading back towards VWAP, I always like to lock in profits. In the end, I just closed all my positions out. It was easier. And I was aware that at London Open, things can get a bit choppy, and that was coming up in about 20 minutes, I think it was. So that was the reasons for my exit. Now let's get on to the footprint. So talking about this 30-minute chart here, this rejection tail, which is this TPO here. Let's have a look at the footprint to see if there was some sort of institutional activity. Oh, there we go. So that selling tail, you can see zero volume, bit of an increase in volume. This is what time is this, like half midnight or something. And then look, as I say, slight increase in volume. Whoa, massive increase in volume, massive increase in volume, massive increase in volume, rejection. So we can basically say around that area, there was institutional activity taking place. And then obviously we started, as you can see, we started then selling off. So I thought if we come back in towards that area again, there's possibility, as we're still in the current session time of Asia, that those investors might look to add to their positions or defend their positions. And that's exactly what happened. Now we're auctioning back down lower. So I took profits here. We then come back up London Open, up to there, and we're coming back down again to test these lows. I mean, we're probably going to break through there, I reckon, but we'll see. It doesn't matter. I'm out of the trade now anyway. So that was basically my thought process with the balanced deviation, balanced TPO market profile chart, which had a flat VWAP, so we can look to lean on the deviation bands. I have got a section in the Discord about balanced days. Obviously, a balanced day isn't going to be balanced all day long, but while it is balanced, we can look to lean on the deviations, the extremes. And that coincided with that volume cluster on the custom morning chart. That was my first area where I could possibly look for a short opportunity. And obviously we got here, as I say, these big selling tails. If you just like using price action on candlestick charts, which I'll go into again now. Although I'm not too hot on this stuff because it's been a long time since I've done my supply demand trading and order blocks and smart money concepts. But last up move before the down move, you could highlight that candle there as a potential order block, which is the blue zone. This is a 30-minute chart. We come up, mitigated that, come back down. We broke structure, come back up, created equal highs here. This was in Asia, as I say. Come back up again, respected it. Got down to the 15-minute. Respected it. From this little selling tail, created another institutional flurry of activity, come back down up into Frankfurt Open. Again, we respected it at Frankfurt Open. So this bronze rectangle here was coincided with my level on my custom morning chart and the -2 and the +2 standard deviations of the VWAP chart. And as you can see, this is why I entered up here. Took profits down here, come back up in London. And at the moment, we're sort of hovering around. And as I say, we might, if we can break these lows, trade a little bit lower. But either way, I'm out for trade now. I don't know if that helps, guys, but yeah, that was my thought process anyway. And I shall catch you on the next one. Nice one. Cheers.